Okay, so welcome back to another video. This is the other article. This is the one I was actually reading off of in the first video, part one, I guess. This is part three, so the TikTok thing is going to be part four. I know, I lied. The first video, 10 reasons why Gen X is the most underrated generation. Born between the huge cohort of baby boomers, right? Okay, first off, Gen X is not underrated, bro. You guys are not underrated. You guys just literally want to be underrated so bad. You guys want to be the underdog so bad, but also want to be the people winning so bad. You can't be both. Okay, and back to it. The digital natives, millennials are not the natives. We, Gen Z, are, because we grew up with it. Millennials are Gen Y. They don't know anything about video games. I mean, well, they do, but they didn't grow up with the video games. We did. We grew up with iPods, phones, or stuff like actual, the keyboard phones. We didn't even have flip phones at the time. You guys did. Old. Gen X people were born between 65 and 80, making them anywhere between their late 50s to their mid 40s now, is often overlooked. Here are 10 reasons why they are the most underrated generation. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that stupid article I was reading one day. It was like saying it was like by Screen Rant or something about like the like it just was rating the Akatsuki members, and it was the most BS thing I've ever seen. They put Kakuzo above Pain, bro. That was BS, dog. But whatever. So, bridge generation. Were it not for Gen X, there would be no bridge between millennials and boomers. The youngest boomers are born in 64. Have almost nothing in common with the oldest millennials born in 81. 17 years might not sound like a long time, but think about how much had changed in the interim. This is a dumb argument, bro. This is such a stupid argument. That's like saying millennials are the most underrated, because they are the bridge between Gen X and Gen Z. There's so much more different between Gen X and Z than there is millennials and boomers, bro. At least millennials and boomers are both old. Gen X is just old and Gen Z is young. There is no similarity between them. This is supposed to be an ad, but Brave browser, love you. You blocked it. Between the extremes, since there are so many boomers, there are also tons of their kids, millennials, also getting sandwiched between these huge demographics. Gen X often be forgotten or overlooked. This is undoubtedly true for marketers, who largely lump the younger side of the generation with the millennials and the older side with the boomers. I don't know what your argument is here, bro. Like, they do that with millennials sometimes too, and Gen Z. They call anybody who's born in late 2000, like mid to late 2000s, brain rot kids. And actually, they say anybody born in 2000s was brain rot kids. And anybody born in the late 90s by millennials, right? But that's not true. It's whatever. But that's still a dumb reason. Fiercely independent, the MTV generation grew up in the first era, when it was common for both parents to work until 5 o'clock. This made them the latchkey keys who would let themselves in after school and be left to manage their own time, a first for American society. What is the reasoning for this, bro? I hope they realized that it is more common for Gen Z parents to work way longer hours than that. Like, Gen X is literally the same as their parents. Instead, they be getting off the clock at 9. They work from 11 to 9. They can drop us off at school, but they can't pick us up. What is the argument here? This is such a dumb argument. It's stupid. I hate this one. and you could say, oh, maybe you just don't get it. You just suck at arguments. You suck at debate. You don't understand. And you know what? Maybe that's true. It's not like I took a debate class at all, ever once. Fucking bullshit. But for an hour, you guys had an hour and a half to yourself at home. Cool, whatever. I sometimes am home alone for 5 hours. Dude, in high school, I was home. I had to walk home sometimes because I was too close for the bus to take me home. Sometimes I had a car. Sometimes I did have a car for a bit, and then I didn't. Then I did, and then I didn't. So sometimes I had to walk. I had to straight up walk. My brother, he had to walk an hour and a half to work from his school, because he went to a different school. But yeah. So I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Oh my god. Distrust for authorities. It is no. Okay, wait. Back to this one. Fiercely independent. Yeah, y'all are also the generation that are the most deadbeats right now. I'm just gonna say that. It is any surprise that a generation that grew up at the end of the Cold War has a healthy amount of distrust for authority. From punk rock to hip hop, it's clear in music. This generation listened to and created that they're not big fans of the status quo. Bro. This one's such a stupid argument as well. Because Gen Z is the most destructive generation right now. Have you never heard of Devious Licks? They purposely destroyed the bathrooms. Dude, a kid broke off the stall doors in the bathroom. And there was another kid who tried to take one of the soap dispensers home. He just walked in class with it, put it in a book bag, and he went home. That same day, nothing happened. There was a trans kid who threw a hand sanitizer at the principal. Yep. Distrust in authorities is literally us. That goes to us again. Gen Z is all over this one. Finding community still, since Gen X grew up in the pre-internet, pre-smartphone era, the tight bonds and community are still important to them. This is vital when you're always second-guessing authority figures rather than letting other people tell them how to organize. Gen X figures it out on their own. Yeah, bro. I don't even. This one's just dumb. This is just like one of them, like, technically my arguments, but like, it's whatever. You can have this one. Have finding community, bro. I mean, yeah, take it. I don't even care. Take that one, bro. Oh my gosh. Fans of all sounds. Okay. Fans of all sounds. And speaking of their diverse musical taste, a lot of Gen X love for the old and the new comes from their unique place in time. When rock is well and truly dead these days, it was still in full circle in the 80s, and hip-hop was bursting onto the scene in the same decade, making it easy for Gen X to quickly adapt. Now, let me stop you right here. Gen Z, I've met Gen Z, like myself, I love the Beatles, bro. The Beatles is probably one of my favorite bands, besides Big Time Rush. I like older music, okay? Michael Jackson, the Beatles, Brandy, She's a Fine Girl, Lakeshore Drive, all these other musics, right? And I'm not a fan of hip hop, really, or rock, but a lot of Gen Z is. A lot of Gen Z will listen to anywhere from Tupac to Juice WRLD, right? There is completely different. So again, all sounds good to us. You guys hate the new music. You guys hate boy bands, or you guys hated boy bands. You guys hated singers, or at least our singers. You guys hated the new rap. It's whatever, because it's emo rap. I don't like emo rap either, but you guys hated it. So you don't get to be fans of all sound. Managing themselves. I will say Gen Z sucks at managing themselves, so take that point. Whatever you say in this, I don't care. Take the point. Gen X is really good at managing their own time and activities. Why is that? Well, they were one of the last generations who had parents that let them just run run and play outside by themselves. They had to learn to be good and getting home before the streetlights came on. I'm just gonna say, that's a very bad example of managing yourself. I also used to play outside and then come back inside once it started getting dark, bro. Flexible. Huh. Gen X is nothing if not flexible. This is the generation that learned how to use computers when they were basically glorified calculators and now handle software development and project management from their smartphone. No other generation claims that honor. Okay, this is just stupid, bro. Let me tell you something. My mom, who's Gen X, and everybody else I know who's Gen X, can't use a phone for literal shit, bro. They all suck when it comes to using smartphones. Gen X is so old, they can't use a smartphone. Bro, you guys be forgetting your own passwords. I try to explain something to my mom, like what's wrong with my phone, and she doesn't understand because she's too old to understand. My mom thinks you can get viruses from using Google sometimes. Which you can if you're on corn websites, but you can't get it from like just normal searching. If you click on links, yeah. But it's whatever. Also, isn't Gen X and Boomers the only people that get scammed? Tolerant Gen X, also the generation that has lived to see minority groups go from being marginalized and underrepresented to be treated somewhat better on big and small screen. There is still a lot of work to do, but this generation as a whole knows which direction we need to be. Oh my gosh, no, you guys don't. You guys are cooked. Fucking cooked. I personally think whatever direction you guys say we should go is the opposite one we should take. Sorry, I had to charge my phone. Yeah, oh my god. 15 ways life is different from millennials and baby boomers. Maybe I might consider that. Oh, responsible. And last but not least, Gen X is capable of great feats of responsibility. A generation raised on taking in the initiative and making a better world for themselves is one that can stay responsible and clear-eyed. Even in the faces of uncomfortable truth. It is any surprise that many workplaces are now looking to Gen X to be the next generation of leaders. Okay, so this dude just clearly just like goggling down on Gen X, bro. You guys are not that good. Calm down, little bro. Get that out your mouth first, and then rewrite this whole thing. Because leaders? You guys are not leaders. You guys are followers. If anything. Gen X? Gen X is... Bro. Some of you guys are the same ones who didn't go to... Like, what war did they go to? Afghanistan, I believe. Afghanistan was Gen X. Maybe some boomers and some millennials. You guys were the generation that stayed home and protested a lot of the wars. Especially the Vietnam War. So, talk about leadership. You guys took the initiative, though. I'll give you guys that. But leadership, this one... I'll give this to the boomers, bro. But after them... I don't know. Millennials definitely know. Gen X? Maybe? I just don't think you guys have done enough feats yet. I mean, we haven't either, to be fair, but yeah, I think that's it for this video. So, hope you guys did enjoy. Yeah, you guys will have a fantastic day. Peace.